crashing. What's the most important thing if you're running in a big space? Where should you be looking?
Forward.
Looking forward, yeah. Because we're going to progress on to another game shortly where that's going to become more important. Okay, so on my second whistle, you're going to be going faster again. Are you ready? So start off, go nice and slow, anywhere in the space. Move. Any direction. Alright, faster. Alright, now, in this tag game, here's how it works. These four are your taggers. Alright, jump up, you look like a good listener. If you get tagged, you are going to be frozen in that spot. Now, you're going to turn into a spaceship with your hands up like this, so that people know that you're tagged, and also to make it more difficult, you've got to be on one foot. So you're balancing. Okay, when your hands are narrow, it makes it harder to balance. If you're like this, it'll be easier. Okay, so your hands are up like this. Now you can get free by two people. Jump up. If you put your hands around him like that, okay, at the moment he's safe, no one can tag him, so if a tag is chasing you and you want to be safe, you can go in like that, waiting for someone else. As soon as I come in like this, I'm safe. You can't tag me. But once we go 3, 2, 1, blast off, means you're free, we're already free, and we run away.
Yes.
Now your job as taggers is to get all of these guys stuck. Alright, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to run away. Same rules, stay inside the green line. 3, 2, 1. That's about 1.5 meters, so a little bit closer together. Alright, okay, to start with, you're going to take your index finger. Yeah? You're going to put it on the outside of the frisbee, then your thumb on top, and then you're going to grip onto it underneath with your other hand. Alright? Like that. Lay it on the side, thumb on top, fingers underneath. Alright? That's really important because you're going to use this finger to aim. Now when we throw the frisbee, we're going to start off on our line with the partner, over there. And we're not going to have our feet pointing towards our partner. We want to turn our body side on. Okay? It's kind of like a backhand in tennis. You don't want to play a backhand in tennis with your feet like this. You want to have a full movement of your whole arm, so it's nice and free to swing by your side. Okay? So we start with our finger on the outside. Now you'll see some people that try and throw the frisbee, they'll start from under their armpit. And they try and throw, but all you're getting is just your arm thrown there. We want to have our whole body. So we're going to start from our hip at the back. Okay? And when we throw, when we let go, it's going to be level with our shoulder. So we start from our hip, come up to our shoulder, and where we point our finger when we throw is where it's going to go. Okay? So you're going to flick your finger and point to your partner. If I do like this, where's it going to go? If I go like that, where's it going? Alright, so I'm going to try and throw. Let's have a partner. Jump up. You're going to go to the orange cone. Okay, if you find this difficult, you can make the cones closer, but don't make them further apart yet because I'm going to use these for another activity. Okay, so I'm going to start from my hip. My other arm's just out of the way. Okay, don't try and do this, point and try and throw it because it's in the way. Keep it out of the way. So I'm going to go flick. Look where I'm pointing. Okay, straight to my partner. Okay, so I want to see you in the ready position. Remember that finger's on the outside. challenges this time is you're going to pass and then you're going to move. You've got to stay between the cones and you've got to get to the other end. Okay, for example, so if I see my partner, he's going to be running forward. I'm going to try and pass to him. Yep, turn now. But we're going to stay between the cones and I'm going to run down. He's going to pass me. Now you're going to run down. I'm going to pass him. Run down. When we get to the end, we're going to go around the outside of the cone. So you go to your side. Outside. And we're going to run back to the start again. And as soon as we get back to the start, we'll join the line. And we'll go through again. So you two girls, you got your partner? Okay, go. So you line up in twos behind these guys. Where's your partner?
Go to the end.
But lower, remember where your point is, where it goes. Try and get your partner.
This is my left hand.
Wait, 1, 2,
right. Left hand.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, look.
Around the outside, next, go. Next two, go. Remember where you point is where it goes. Don't throw on the way back, remember you just run back. Alright, a word of advice. Okay, it's easier when you throw the frisbee. So guys, it's easy to throw the frisbee from a solid base. So try not to run and throw because then you're off balance. Okay? So try and catch it. And in the game that I'm going to teach you, you're only allowed to move 1 foot once you catch it. Okay? So for example, she throws to me. Yes. Then she's moving. Now I'm moving 1 foot. I can see where she is. I throw it, then I move. She stands still, she throws it. Much better. Okay, so once you catch it, then you can move 1 foot, get your balance, and then throw. Ready? Go. Now, in that game, we were just using the one throw that we learned. Now we're going to learn another throw. Okay, so that is like in tennis, that is your backhand throw, like a backhand. Now we're going to do a forehand throw, but instead of using our whole arm like you do in tennis, we're going to do another technique. So, jump up. Partner. Alright, so to do this one, you're going to make a gun. Okay, and you're going to put your elbow in against your hip. Now you can see my gun is nice and flat, so the thumb's not pointing up in the air, the thumb's pointing back behind me. Alright? Now you've got to load the gun. Now to do that, you're going to put the frisbee on top of the gun and then lock it in place with your thumb. Alright? Now all I'm going to do then is I'm going to shoot it. So I'm starting off, I'm pointing sideways. To throw it where I want it to go, same thing, where am I going to point my fingers? At the target. So all I'm going to do, instead of using my whole arm, like you throw a tennis ball, all I'm going to do is use my wrist, and I'm going to go back. Okay, so we'll start again, shake it out. Make a gun, put it in against my hip, lock the gun, so I put it at the front of the frisbee. Don't put it in the middle of the frisbee, because then it's all wobbly. If you put it at the back of the frisbee, it won't fly. So I put it at the front of the frisbee, I lock it in place with my thumb, and then what am I going to do next?
Bang.
Bang. It's too easy. Now you can use them in the game situation as well. So jump up. Now, when we were playing before, let's say you're the defender and she's my partner. Before I only had this throw to try and get it to my partner. Okay? Now that's kind of easy to defend because you know which side I'm going to throw to. But now, remember, because we can only move one foot, if I change to the other side, I can throw like that. Okay, so instead of going just one side, you've now got the other side, so it makes it harder to defend. Okay, so if she wants to throw that side, I'll come over here. Okay, remember, if you're right-handed, you'll be flicking your finger that way. If you change over, you can get nice and wide around the first one. Alright, so go back to your groups of 6 into your corners. Ready, one frisbee. Ultimate frisbee. It's just like what we were doing then, but you add a direction into the game. Okay, for example, if this is my team here, okay, our job is to try and get the frisbee from this end to the other end without dropping it. Okay, so I'd be just like we practiced, remember, with the cones. Again, you're only allowed one step, so I see my teammate, I throw to him. Now I can either run that way, or if there's lots of defenders, I can run around behind him, he can pass me, and then he can run that way. Okay? So we're just trying to get it, just like football, just like netball, you're using all the space to try and get to the other end. Now, if I drop it, or if I do a rubber stroke, so I see my teammate, and I go. Okay? That means the other team gets it. Same thing, King Tagger. Now let's say King Tagger is on the other team and he knocks it down, so you try and throw it to me. See that good defense? If he knocks it down, you get it. It doesn't matter if you knock it down in this game, you automatically get it, then you're going to try and go to your end. So there's your teammate.
Yes!